And I'd like to invite our Carter Bird and Singers to come up and sing. One of our projects was working in our choir, group song, and people would come up with different selections that they wanted to sing, and the song that came up every week that they were really, really, really wanting to sing was Hallelujah. So we present Hallelujah to you now. Again, please join us when we're singing. Jackie, elegant Jackie. Jackie, elegant vapid Jackie. Kennedy, Jackie, gorgeous, elegant Jackie. Silent.
Jackie stepped out of her photo and onto a cloud, then moved over to another cloud. We were wowed by her elegance from below.
Small, dark woman with crinkly eyes, greeting life with laughter, brightly shining yet shy, JB walks forward.
Genius on a cell phone.
Hello, they're across the room.
Smiling like a Cheshire cat.
I have to. I've got no teeth.
Where are you going?
Whither thou goest will I go.
I drove him away.
Stand not on the order of my departure.
There was a girl named Annie who was 18. She lived in Savannah, Georgia, which was just about as hot in summer as the proverbial hot tin roof. Annie was very lively and came from a family of 6 children. At the age of 18, Annie had one thing on her mind. What happens if she never gets married and becomes an old maid? All her friends were married. Here I am, 18, and I've never had an offer, and it's oh dear me. How will it be if I die an old maid in Savannah? As the song went through her head, she wondered what would happen if she did become an old maid. Now this was during the war, and Annie was invited to a dance at the And guess what? A dashing young soldier came over to ask her to dance, and the rest was history. Annie got married and moved to New York City, and now lives with us here today. JB was the youngest of 7 children, and she loved her father and mother very much. She went to college for literature and accounting in Taiwan, but then was really uncertain about what she would like to do with her life. JD, who was in her mid-20s, was energetic and curious. Her older brother was a doctor, so she decided she would come to New York and start a new life. This was the first time that JB had flown. From her seat, she could barely contain her excitement. There was an ocean of clouds below her. How could she be above the clouds like this? Her first look at JFK was almost too much to bear. The runways crisscrossing, hundreds of planes bearing thousands of people all over the world hummed around her. As she made her way through the customs, she had no idea what lay beyond the door. Well, we all know what waited outside. Ultimately, JB ended up in banking for 26 years. She got married to a Polish man and had a son. And now JB is here with us. Terry is a native New Yorker and knows that hell of a town well. She has lived on 2nd Avenue, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Rockland County, and back to Manhattan. In all of the places she lived, she took her piano. Terry played her piano every day from the time that she was 6 years old. She played Bopp, Beethoven, Chopin, and many other pieces of music. 2 years ago, Terry broke her shoulder badly and had not been able to play. This was very hurtful to her in more ways than one. But after much therapy, she was able to come here in one of our classes and play Chopin with Mary. And we dedicate this story to Terry.
I chose this song because I saw the show Wicked, and it's one of the songs from that Broadway show, and it is one of the last numbers of the show, and it touched me so deeply. I never forgot it, and I got a copy of the CD and learned this song, and I just really love it because it really, I think it really expresses what people are to us, what we mean to each other, and what people mean in our lives. And sometimes we don't even think about that. We take them for granted. There have been many people in my life that have really touched me and helped me grow and change and evolve. And maybe you feel the same way. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good, and just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you.
I'd love to be able to tell you my story. I'm from South Africa, and I was brought up by my grandmother, who wanted me to play Bach. Correct. And I so enjoyed it because it was something different about Bach. He had a visual context to his music. And so when I went to university, I did a whole section of Bach in terms of understanding why was it so visual. And it was visual, partly because there's a 7-note scale, which is very important in terms of bringing all the harmonies together. And also that there was something else that was special, that Bach was a printmaker. He printed his own scores, and I couldn't understand why. You know, and everybody said, the mirror fugues. Of course it was the mirror fugues. His last composition I was so excited about that, and I suddenly realized, of course, Bach was a printmaker, and in order to print the scores, he would...
And again, I invite you all to join in with us. And I just want to say on behalf of Chamber16, this has been a real pleasure getting to know you all and make music together, and especially hearing your stories. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I also want to invite anybody here who has joined us on occasion can come up and sing Over the Rainbow with us up here on our virtual stage. Please join us. Oh, I see some people are coming up.